What's up, guys? GameNut here, and welcome back to now week 10 of our NFL regular season predictions. I cannot believe we're already at double digits now, man. We're sitting at week 10 of the season. It's so crazy, but let's, of course, go ahead and take a very quick look at last week and see how well we ended up doing with our predictions and update our overall record on the season. And as you guys can see, we didn't do, terrible. We didn't do really great. I would just call this like an average week. As you guys can see on the left-hand side, that is our predictions. We ended up getting 8 games correct out of the 13, so that means we got 5 wrong. So 8-5 on the week. Again, like I said, it's just kind of like an average week. We didn't do like insanely good. We didn't do terrible. So that now puts us at an overall record for the season at 76, 56, and 2. So, not too terrible overall for the year. But on the right-hand side, as you guys can see, which is, of course, Madden 19's predictions from last week, they did 1 game worse than us, actually. So they actually only got 7 games correct, which means they ended up getting 6 wrong. So they went 7-6 on the week, which is good for us because we continue to pull ahead in the overall records against Madden 19 because obviously that's the whole goal of this team, seeing if I can predict games better than what Madden 19 can. So I believe before this week we did have a 4-game lead on Madden 19. Now after this week, since we were ahead by just 1 game, we went 8-5, they went 7-6. That now puts them at 71, 61, and 2, and that now gives us a 5-game lead on Madden 19. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the week 10 schedule and go through our games and see who I'm going to be choosing to be the winners of this week's games, man. Now, of course, before we get into it, we do have ourselves 14 games once again this week. We have 4 teams on a bye, which is going to be the Broncos, Texans, Vikings, and my team, the Ravens. It's a good thing that they're on a bye. They need to get their act together. I don't even really want to watch them this week, so I'm glad they're on a bye because I don't want to have to deal with watching them lose miserably once again. But anyways, of course, we're going to start off with the Thursday night game, which was the Carolina Panthers going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And obviously, you guys know the result. The Steelers absolutely whooped the Panthers. It was crazy to see. I cannot believe the Panthers let up 52 points. That was absolute madness. I did not predict for that to happen. I mean, obviously, I could have seen the Steelers losing this game, or I could have seen the Steelers winning this game is what I meant to say, but not by that big of a margin. That was definitely a little unexpected, and you guys are seeing my tweet on screen now. Obviously, I wasn't going to root for the Steelers. Being a Ravens fan, I want to see the Steelers lose at this point. Of course, they started off the season terrible. It looked like they weren't going to be a threat whatsoever, and now, of course, the Steelers are like, oh, we're a great team once again, and now they're just going to start going ahead and handing every team an L that they face. So the Panthers, I thought they were going to get it done, man, but they looked pretty bad out there. So, of course, once again, we are guessing the Thursday night wrong incorrect. So to kick things off for our Sunday games, we first have the New Orleans Saints, who are sitting 7-1, one of the best teams in the league right now, going to take on the Cincinnati Bengals at home, who are sitting 5-3. And this is definitely going to be an easy call for me, man. Being a Ravens fan, I want every AFC North team to lose, so obviously I'm going to be choosing the Saints. But nonetheless, even if that wasn't the case here, there's no way the Bengals can hold off the Saints. I don't care if it's a home game for Cincinnati. The Saints are just way too good, man. I mean, there's no way that the Bengals defense is going to have an answer for Alvin Kamara, for Drew Brees, for Michael Thomas. There's just no way that they're going to have answers for that offense. So it's definitely going to have to be New Orleans absolutely destroying Cincinnati at home. The second game is actually going to be another battle of the NFC South versus the AFC North. Kind of interesting. This time we've got the Atlanta Falcons, who are now sitting 4-4. They kind of brought their season back around a little bit after that rough start. They're going to be going and traveling to Cleveland, taking on the Browns, who are sitting 2-6-1. The poor Browns, man, they still can't get a couple of wins. At least they got 2. I mean, it's an improvement from last year. They got double the wins than what they did last year. Anyways, of course, I think I'm going to also have to go with the NFC South team once again here. I mean, the Falcons, they're starting to, turn around their season. Like I did say, the offense is looking pretty good. The defense is playing slightly better, and I definitely think that they're going to be able to beat the Browns. If they were to lose once again, the Falcons, I don't think that this will be a game. There's no way that, at this point of their season, like I said, they're trying to turn it around. They need to get wins. They need to stop losing. Against a team like the Browns, I don't think I can see it happening, so I definitely have to go with Atlanta once again. We got ourselves a division matchup now. We have the Detroit Lions, who are 3-5, going to take on the Chicago Bears, who are sitting 5-3. And, I usually like to say that divisional games are always played pretty tough. Doesn't matter what the records are for each team. Part of me thinks the Lions has a chance to win this game. Like there's a small part of me that's saying, choose Detroit to win this game, but I still think we have to go with Chicago, man. I mean, their defense is really good. They're playing at home. I mean, I definitely think Chicago is going to have to be the team that gets the win here. I can see Trubisky getting the win at home, taking his team at 6-3. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals, who are sitting at just 2-6, going to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. What an unstoppable team they are, man, especially with that offense. They are sitting 8-1, and this is obviously an easy call. There's no way the Cardinals can get the win here. That would just be mind-boggling if Arizona could somehow get the win. Hopefully, David Johnson can actually, do a little bit of work against the Chiefs, considering the Chiefs actually have one one of the worst defenses in the league. It says right here the Chiefs are actually ranked 31st in defense right now, which is obviously pretty terrible. That's bottom of the league. So I'm hoping David Johnson can get going a little bit, just, fantasy-wise, but of course. But obviously, it's an easy call here. The Chiefs will still be getting the win at home. Next, we have the New England Patriots, who are sitting 7-2. They were another team that had a rough start to the season. Obviously, turned things around big time. 7-2 is a nice record to have. I kind of wish that my team had that kind of a record. And they're going to take on the Tennessee Titans. They are sitting at 4-4. Now, the Tennessee Titans have been an inconsistent team. Sometimes they look good one week. Sometimes they look bad. It's up and down roller coaster with these guys, and you don't know which Titans team is going to show up. But when you're going against the Patriots and you're a team that you don't know which side of you is going to show up, I think you have to stick with the team that's always been consistent, is continuing to win week after week, and it's just complete dominance, and that's obviously the Patriots. So we're going to be taking New England, being the away team, getting the win against the Titans. Now we have the Washington Redskins, who are 5-3. They're actually doing pretty good on the season. Obviously, last week was a tough week to try and get a win against the Falcons. It wasn't too bad of a loss, but you know what? They're still holding up. They're doing good. They're going against the other NFC South team, which is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are sitting at 3-5, and this one, I feel like this is going to kind of be an easy pick as well. I think we're going to have to go with the Redskins. I mean, the Buccaneers, the Buccaneers are the Buccaneers, man. It's like I said, they're just one of those teams as well. They just got some problems and whatnot. The Redskins are in contention to win their division, so they definitely want this win more than the Buccaneers do, and especially the fact that the Buccaneers aren't even that good of an overall team. I think we have to go Washington getting the win. In AFC East matchup now, we have the Buffalo Bills, who are sitting at just 2-7. They are going and traveling to New York to take on the Jets, who are sitting at 3-6. And I've been on the Jets a little bit. I've been trying to root for them, hoping that they could get a couple wins here and there. Obviously, they let me down a couple of weeks, but against the Buffalo Bills, a divisional matchup, the Jets are home. I wanted to get the Jets for defense for fantasy this week, but somebody got them on the waivers before I did. I'm going to be going with the Jets once again, man. I mean, if they lose, this might be the last week that I pick Sam Darnold and the Jets. Actually, I think Sam Darnold might be injured. He's not even playing this game. I think so. I might not be correct on that. But I still think that overall the Jets can beat the Bills, because the Bills they're 2-7, man. They're 2-7 for a reason. So I think we got to go with the Jets here at home. Now we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are sitting at 3-5. I feel like it's been quite a while since I've seen the Jags play, but obviously they had a pretty rough start to their season. The defense, really didn't live up to the expectations of like last year and whatnot. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can finally turn things around going against their division rival here, the Indianapolis Colts, who are obviously the home team, and they're also 3-5. So I mean, again, like I said, this is going to be interesting to see. I feel like this all comes down to see how the Jaguars defense is going to play, because obviously they were incredible last year, one of if not the best defense in the NFL last year. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see if that bye week helped them out, if they can turn things around. And I'm going to be going with them, man. This is the last time, I swear. Like, if the Jags, they just crumble on defense once again, this will be the last week that I pick them. But I'm going to be going with Jacksonville, going to Indianapolis, and getting the win. Another divisional matchup here, we've got the Los Angeles Chargers, who are sitting 6-2, man. I got to start putting some respect on the Chargers' name, man. I mean, they're definitely coming out there, and they're just getting win after win. It was definitely crazy to see. I didn't think that they would do it last week against Seattle, but obviously they did, so I'm going to have to continue to keep that in mind, stop picking against the Chargers. And they are going against the Raiders, of course, sitting at 1-7. Their team's a complete mess. They've got tons of pieces missing. They're trading everybody away, and obviously with a team like the Chargers, the way that they're playing right now, going and taking on the team like the Raiders, who are just non-existent, they're not a team. Obviously, we're going with the LA team here. I mean, if for some reason, somehow the Chargers lose, that would be a little concerning if I were a Chargers fan, not going to lie, but we're going to be going with LA beating the Raiders in this game. Next, we've got the Seattle Seahawks, who are sitting at 500. They are 4-4 on the season, going to take on the I almost said the undefeated. I almost just said the undefeated Rams. I'm so used to saying it. I almost continue to say it. Obviously, they lost last week against the Saints, but the Rams, obviously, with that one loss, doesn't matter. They're still an incredible team. They're sitting at 8-1, and it's a division matchup. Even though the Seahawks play them pretty tough, I don't see Seattle traveling to LA and getting the win, leaving the stadium with the win. So obviously, we're going to have to continue to go with the Rams here. They are going to be 9-1 after this week. Now we've got the Miami Dolphins, who are sitting 5-4. They are going to be traveling to Lambeau, taking on Aaron Rodgers, who are sitting 3-4-1. And obviously, this is actually right now. It says that the forecast for that game is going to be snow. That would be pretty interesting to see, our first snow game of the year. Obviously, I have to go with Aaron Rodgers, man. He's just my guy. I'm a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't really lose at home very often. I don't think he's lost at home yet this season either. But, I mean, with A-Rod trying to turn around their season right now, obviously they have a losing record with 3-4-1. I don't see them losing to a team like the Miami Dolphins. I think A-Rod is easily going to be able to get things done here against the Dolphins, and they're going to be getting the win here, going 4-4-1 after this week. Then we have our Sunday night football. We've got the Dallas Cowboys, who are 3-5, going to take on the Philadelphia Eagles, who are sitting at 4-4. For some reason, I don't know why, I could not care less about what happens in the NFC East. This is every single year. I mean, I just whenever it's primetime games for the Cowboys or Eagles or Redskins or Giants, I don't really have an interest in watching them. I don't know why. It's just something about the division and the teams. I just don't care about watching them. I don't know why, but nonetheless, obviously, the Cowboys, they're bad. The Cowboys are bad. I'm sorry if you're a Cowboys fan, but we're going to be going with the Eagles here. It seems like they're starting to pick things up a little bit. Carson Wentz is getting going. The defense is playing a little bit better. I can see the Eagles being the team that actually gets the win as opposed to the Cowboys here. So, going to be going with Philadelphia, holding it down at primetime in the home game. And our final game of the week is Monday Night Football. Of course, we've got the New York Giants, man. Just a 1-7 team. It's just so crazy. They got Saquon, and they still can't get wins. I still believe that it's Eli Manning. Once they get a new quarterback and they let another guy in there, maybe things will turn around. I don't know. We'll see, though. But they're going to be traveling to San Francisco, taking on the 2-7 49ers, who are hot off of that Thursday night win with Nick Mullins at quarterback. I know if you guys saw that Thursday night game, man, that was absolutely crazy to see. The young guy, Nick Mullins, coming in and getting it done. And obviously, I'm going to be riding with the hot team. The young quarterback, Nick Mullins, I think he's still going to be able to get it done. Obviously, they played pretty well Thursday night football. Why wouldn't they play pretty well in Monday night football against a 1-7 team? They beat a 1-6 team or 1-7, whatever the Raiders were last week. Why can't they do it again against the Giants? Obviously, going to be going with San Francisco. And there you guys have it. There are my predictions for Week 10 of the NFL season. But of course, before I let you guys go, let's go ahead and take a very quick look and see how Madden 19 predicted the week to turn out, with Thursday night football kicking things off. And once again, of course, they're 10-0. They guessed every freaking Thursday night game correct, man, and it's really getting annoying. If they don't guess one wrong by the end of the year, I'm going to be pretty triggered. I'm not going to lie. But obviously, they guessed Pittsburgh to win. So, of course, they're starting off the week 1-0. We're starting off the week 0-1. That's just fantastic. Anyways, next game, we've got the Saints and the Bengals. Of course, they're going to be choosing the Saints to beat the Bengals. That's definitely an easy call there. Following that, we have the Falcons and the Browns. They're also going to be choosing the Falcons to be the team that gets the win. For the Lions and the Bears, they're going to be going against us here. They have the Detroit Lions being the away team coming into Chicago and getting the win. That's kind of interesting to see. Next team, we have the Cardinals and the Chiefs. They actually have they have the Chiefs getting the win at home again. Okay, I thought I saw something wrong there. I thought they had the Cardinals winning, but they do have the Chiefs winning. Next game, we have the Patriots and the Titans. They actually have the Titans winning this at home against the Patriots. I don't know why I said Titans weird there, but for some reason they have the Titans winning. That's kind of interesting to see. Okay, moving forward, we also have the Buccaneers and the Redskins. They also have the home team once again winning here. They don't think the Redskins are going to get it done. They've got the Buccaneers at home. That's another interesting call. We've got the Buffalo Bills and the Jets. They're going to be going against the Jets once again, and they're choosing the Bills to win this game, and it actually says the score is going to be 41-7. That's kind of interesting. They think the Jets are going to get absolutely blown out at home. That's crazy. I don't think that'll happen, but we will see, of course. After that, we have the Jaguars and the Colts. They're going to be siding with us and going with the Jaguars in this game. After that, we have the Chargers and the Raiders also going to be siding with us, choosing the Chargers to win this game. Then we've got the Seahawks and the Rams. They have the Rams taking their second loss of the season against the Seahawks. Kind of an interesting choice there. I'm not sure if that's going to happen as well. And actually, as I look at our final three games here, they are all going against us once again. For the Dolphins and the Packers, they have the Dolphins coming into Lambeau and beating Aaron Rodgers. That's crazy. For Sunday Night Football, they've got the Cowboys beating the Eagles at home. That's going to be interesting to see as well. And last but not least, for Monday Night Football, they've got the Giants traveling to San Francisco and beating the Niners. This is a pretty interesting week. Madden 19 actually went against us for a lot of the games this week, which usually doesn't happen. I mean, I think we've got more games against each other as opposed to deciding on the same thing. So it's going to be interesting to see. This could be a different week. You know, next week, seeing what our overall records could be. It could be completely different. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But thank you guys all so much for watching, man. I hope all of you guys did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to go ahead and put a thumbs up on the video. I will catch you guys all in the next episode. Make sure you guys enjoy some football today. I will catch you all next time. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.